Whoa! Welcome to the Fightings Final. I'm your host, Mike Laro, and whoa, there we go. Uh, Phil's losing 10. Uh, it was just they fell short, man. They waited a little too long, I think, to try to get back into the game today. They fall short 5-4 to those Texas Rangers, and they didn't even have to go against Jacob deGrom, but Matt's Matt's was definitely on point today, as just Phillies did not get their second hit of the game until the ninth inning. So again, pretty dominant performance by those Texas Rangers today. Phillies ended up lines the Rangers 5 runs on 10 hits with 2 errors. Phillies 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Your winning pitcher was Martin. Losing pitcher was Duran. And Alexander got the save for today. But if we're going to go back into it, we can go into the we're going to start it off, man. Let me see right here. Elephant in the room was like, well, we're not going 162. No, that's disappointing. Yeah, that's all right. 161 and 1's good enough there, Elephant. Top of the first, Corey Seager hits a home run to a ball to right center, giving them a 1-0 lead. It would stay like that until the top of the third inning, when Jake Berger would hit a 2-run home run just right off of the left field foul pole, giving the Rangers a 3-0 lead, and it would stay that way all the way to the bottom of the ninth inning. Bottom of the ninth would start out again. Kyle Schwarber. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to bring up the box scores, but your top 3 people in this lineup are just atrocious right now. They are atrocious. But Schwarber, bottom of the ninth, would strike out to lead off. Bryce Harper, ground out. And then it would all start, the comeback would start with one Alec Bohm on a bloop single. That's when they got their second hit of the game. That's right, second hit of the game. They got it in the bottom of the ninth inning. Imundo Sosa would draw a walk. Bohm would go to second. And then Adolis Garcia, our newcomer, did not get his first hit as a Philly until today. He would double down the line. Bohm would score. Sosa would cut it to 3-2. And then Brandon Marsh, Captain Caveman, right up next after that, would hit a he would hit a single to right center. Sosa and Garcia would score. Tiny game at 3, and it would remain that way until Brandon Nimmo would score. Brandon Nimmo would score on a wild pitch, giving them the 4-3 lead. And then Andrew McCutchen, our old buddy Kutch, will come back in and give them a 5-3 lead. The Phillies, with JT on second, Otto Kemp would get hit by a pitch. He would be first and second, but nobody out. My question is this: why is Trey Turner not dropping a bunt there? Is it too much to ask of our leadoff hitter to drop a bunt and have it second and third? I would rather have second and third with one out, with Schwarber and and Bryce Harper coming up, because now if Bryce hits a single like he does, he turns around and they score. So this, to me, why Trey Turner did not drop a bunt, they allowed him to go up there and hit, is beyond me. And even furthermore, why are you taking Justin Crawford out for Otto Kemp? Like, that made no sense to me at all. It really, truly didn't. I guess the defensive alignment would have been, if they would have went back into the field, that would have been, and that was twice that Turner was up. He was also up with the bases loaded earlier in the game too, and did the same thing. These guys, the first 3 guys in this lineup, really got to get their heads out of their butts and start playing some ball. Now, Harper did get an RBI in the 10th inning, an RBI single. Maybe that can get him going. But again, I've often noticed these guys when they go play this World Baseball Classic. By the time the regular season gets around and starts going, these guys are slumping like really bad. Like I don't know if they're just going through the motions or if it's different. But anyway, it would stay like that. Turner would pop out. Schwarber would get called out on strikes again. And he should have saved his challenge for the last one that he got called out on because that looked like it was low. Bryce Harper would single, knocking in JT Realmuto. Otto Kemp would go to third, and that's where Alec Bohm would leave him stranded. Like, you can't expect Bohm to get back-to-back hits. I mean, that's just not feasible for him. So, got some more comments coming in. He said, Johan Duran looks bad. I'm going to shake that off. It's, to me, the bats were the bats were more of an issue, I think, than the pitching in this game. He says Bryce Harper looks cooked. I'll tell you what, he wasn't looking good. Hopefully that thing will turn it around. He says Turner's at bat with the bases loaded was terrible. He had terrible at bats all day today. He had terrible at bats all day today, did Trey Turner. I'm sorry, but when you come up in the 10th inning and you got JT on second and Otto Kemp on first, man, you have to drop a bunt. You have to drop a bunt there. You have to have second and third with one out. And then leave it up to your money guys who were following right behind you. You did your job. You put them in. And like I said, Harper gets a single here. Not to say that they probably wouldn't have went after maybe Alec Bohm, maybe walked him, but you would have been 2 outs. So, yeah, they probably would have walked Harper and then went after Bohm. But, hey, at least you got him over there. Like, to me, it changes everything. It changes the way that pitcher's going to approach Schwarber. It changes the way that pitcher's going to approach Harper going forward. If you already have second and third, if you got the tying runs right there, that's more added pressure. Having your fourth run at second base, you're helping them out. And I just don't get why they don't lay bunts. Like, this team is never going to achieve the ultimate goal unless they start playing smart baseball. Smart baseball. Smart baseball is you drop a bunt. Drop a bunt down. Get your guys, get a running start, and drop a bunt. Just get the bunt down. And your guys will be at second and third. Second and third with one out. You don't know what happens there, man. You don't know. A throwing error could score a run. Like, this is a lot of things can come off a bunt. And for Turner not to do this, I don't know, man. I don't know. Our boy Al Safiri checking in says, nice to see fight, but definitely cold bats again. Just stupid at bats, Al. Just stupid at bats. Not playing smart baseball. It says errors on both teams hurt. Well, I don't know. I know the Texans got credited with 2 errors, but he said it's not Robbie's DNA, Mike Pat to bunt. I don't know. But I know they got their hands full tomorrow. Here it is. Tomorrow might be a rough day against Gore, but you never know. I mean, I don't think Nola pitched that bad. He made 2 mistakes and gave up 3 runs off of it, and it was 2 home runs. So, I mean, that's typical Nola in April, right? Like, if you're going to get 3 or less runs from an Aaron Nola start in April, dude, you sign up for it because, he's just that type of pitcher. He's okay in the cold. He's not that good, though. So, yeah, that's how the scoring scores out here. But the thing that really got me is that, one, I don't know if the Phillies were taken off guard with the pulling of Jacob deGrom. I haven't heard nothing. I haven't seen nothing why deGrom hasn't started. But like I said, the Seager home run was just it was a mistake. He caught it. Good for him. That Jake Berger one, man, Jesus God. I mean, it was down in the zone, and he just went and got it. And it just, it was curve and foul. It just happened to hit the fair pole, as I call it. So, sorry about that. Had to re-wet the whistle. But I tell you, man, like somebody for me, honestly, seeing this thing and watching just how it was going to play out and how it did play out, it was rough. It was rough. But the top of this lineup was 1 for 15. And if you want to throw Alec Bowman there, they were 2 for 20. 2 for 20. If you add in Bryson Stott, they were 2 for 22. I mean, their totals were 5 hits from 36 at bats, with 3 walks and 11 strikeouts. They struck out 11 times against this Ranger team today. Let's see. He pitched 4 innings, had 3 Ks, 1 walk. Wynn had 2 Ks, 1 walk. Beeks, 1 hitter, had 1 strikeout. Junis, 2/10 of an inning, 2 strikeouts. Garcia, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Martin, 1 strikeout. And Alexander, 1 strikeout. I mean, come on, guys. The Phillies pitching actually did okay in this game. 13 strikeouts, 3 walks. But they gave up the 5 runs. I mean, that's just, it's inexcusable, man. It really, really isn't. It says Nola did some good things down in the zone. I agree, he did. I agree. It says this team hasn't improved since last year. Offensively, they regressed, getting old. Plus, we lost a good starter in Ranger Suarez. This team's a wild card team. I don't know about that, Alfredo. I really, really don't. As far as regression, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. It's only game 2. I'm not panicking. You know, this team's not going to play small ball though, and that was very apparent today. He said Nola didn't pitch well. Let's not sugarcoat it. He threw 91 pitches in 5 innings, and Nola gave up 18 home runs last season and was injured basically 3 quarters being hurt. Oh, Mike, if you've watched Nola throughout his career, he never pitches well in April. When it's still cool here, he is god awful. He is god awful in the beginning of seasons. I don't know what it is. You can go back and look at his track record from the time he took over, okay, and came into this lineup. Look at the 5 starting, opening day starts that he had in a row. Not all of them were good, you know. When it's cool out and cool like it was today, he does not pitch well. Not in this time of year. He hasn't been doing it throughout his career. So I don't understand. Like he's not going to go out and give you, he's not going to go out and give you 7 innings, 15, 12 strikeouts and, 2 walks with giving up a couple homers. No, that'll come after May when the weather warms up. You'll start seeing that from Aaron Nola. So I don't understand why people were expecting, Aaron Nola to come out here. It was a decent outing. I didn't say it was a great outing. It was a decent outing for him. It was. He gave up really 2, he gave up really 1 bad pitch, and that was to Corey Seager. Like, this game is not on the pitching in Aaron Nola. I'm sorry. We can get into Johan Duran later on. I think it's the same thing. Cold day. He kind of got up late. I don't think he was fully warmed up, waiting for this dude to get warmed up, and it showed. It showed today. Like, they were able to get to Duran today. So, you got to tip your cap to the other team, dude. They came to play today, and they're professionals like our team is, but our team didn't start hitting until the 9th inning. Think about this, guys. They had 1 hit up until the 9th inning. 1 hit. Nola hasn't pitched decent since 2004. Well, yeah, I'll agree to that. As far as overall, yeah. It was decent historically. He's bad in March, LOL. No, Alfred, he's bad every beginning of the year. Go back and look at his March and April numbers. It's not that hard to do. Google it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. His ERA is bad, really bad in the beginning of the season. Always has been. Always has been. This is, well, we said the same thing. Mike, you're comparing last season to this season. It's a brand new season. You got to stop. But, well, that happened last year. Well, a lot of things happened last year. You know what I mean? This is only game number 2. I love you, dude. I do. I do. I love you. But this is game number 2. Okay? Let's get a little more traction in before we start saying, well, this is the same as last year. Okay? Yes. Can we get on the offense today for their performance? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Do I think the late minute scratch of DeGrom in this game might have thrown him for a loop? It could have. And we all know how if you're a Phillies fan, you know how they are with pitchers that either they barely seen or just seen for the first time. They always look like Sandy Koufax and whatever great pitcher you want to name against them. It happens that way. But you got to give Letts some credit. He pitched a really good game. But the Phillies helped him out a lot too. I mean, Trey Turner trying to swing for the fences, when he's got bases loaded instead of hitting a line drive. Trey Turner not bunting in the 10th inning when he's got 2 men on and nobody out. Again, they didn't play smart baseball today. I'm sorry. And this is part of the blame that's got to go on Thompson. Okay? Thompson's got to look at these guys and go, dude, we have first and second, nobody out. Drop a damn bunt. He says Nolan and Wheeler are same. Obviously, when GT and Bryce isn't a lead anymore, this team will be lucky to secure the last wild card position. Then Alfred, come back and tell me this in October. You know what I mean? Like let's not watch any more games. Let's write it off as the first loss of the season. Overreaction. Like, give me a break. Let's play the season first. Let me guess, Alfred. You think the Mets are going to run away with this division? Yeah. Okay. You think Atlanta's going to run away with the division? Okay. Like, come on, stop. Hell, the Mets will be fighting for a wild card position. And I'll tell you, what team I would really be worried about in this division? In all honesty, the Marlins. Marlins got a good young team. The Braves, I don't know if there's a big word with them. If they can stay healthy. If Acuna can play a whole year. If the bats behind Acuna can play. A lot of ifs with the Braves. A lot of ifs. Do I think the Phillies will run away with the division? No. I don't. I think it'll be within a 4-game gap when all is said and done. Mike, I do. I like the Phillies around 95 wins. I like either the Braves or Mets to come in around the 91 mark with the other one like right behind them. So, I mean, there's a chance that 3 teams in this division could hit 90 wins, and I could see that. If you really take a look around the National League, I don't think the Brewers are going to be as good. So, I mean, it is what it is. It says winning the division means nothing. No more with all the playoff teams that get in. Ask the teams that don't make the playoffs and whether it means something. Ask a team like Cincinnati, who's been right there. I'm pretty sure they would give their right arm to get into the postseason. So yeah, to me, when you get invited to the dance, you have a shot. When you don't get to the dance is when you don't have a shot. And right now, Philly's got a chance to get to the dance. And that's all you can ask. There's only one world champion. In the last 2 years, that's been the Dodgers. So everybody else has been a loser. So all you can do is hope that you get an invite for that dance. And if the Phillies get the invite for that dance, they got a shot. But as far as, getting all crazy, they've regressed so bad. No, it's the same thing we saw. It was a cold day here in Philly. He goes, it was an afternoon game in Philly with temperatures around what was the temperature around game time? I think 35 or low upper 30s. I'm just going to double check real quick because I can actually go behind it and see. Yeah. I mean, right now it's at 41 degrees. So you figure around game time, which was 4 hours ago, you're looking probably upper 30s. I mean, come on. Upper 30s? You saw it today. You saw how the bats were being broken, how they were being sawed in half. And the Rangers got 3 runs off of 2 hits. So it wasn't like the Rangers were killing the ball either. They had 2 balls leave the yard. That's all. It's really kind of a role reversal from Thursday. Where the Phillies got 5 runs off of 2 balls that left the yard. It was a role reversal. It really was. If you go back and analyze these first 2 games at Citizens Bank Park, it was a role reversal. Phillies get the win with 5. Phillies get 5 runs on 2 balls that leave the yard. Texas answers late. They just fall a little short. Mike, if you had your way, you would have fired Rob Thompson after 22 World Series. You would have been packed his bags. He would have been. You and him would have been fishing buddies from each side of Niagara Falls. But that's all it was. It was role reversal today. Today, Texas got out to a 3-0 lead. The Phillies were able to come back and tie it. I give them a little bit of credit for the fight they showed. To me, that was. It's the bottom of the lineup. Again, your first 4 hitters. First 4 hitters were 2 for 22. Or 2 for 2 for 20. First 4 hitters, 2 for 20. We know, Mike. We know. Oh, God. Let me pay some bills real quick, guys. Coming up just a little later on, that's right, tonight, late night, that's right, Flyers have the 8 o'clock game on ABC. Make sure you tune in to Matty B following the game tonight. Flyers need the win to stay alive in the playoff picture. If they lose, you can pretty much count it. But he says, not sure by looking at the roster, you can say this team is equal to last year's team. We lost Ranger Suarez. Everyone's older, and we replaced Nick with Garcia. Yeah, we did. And what's Ranger doing right now? Ranger's got an ERA of like 13. He's not looked like Ranger Suarez of the past. Nick Castellanos, I'm pretty sure didn't have a great debut with the San Diego Padres. So again, and pretty much if you watched our show, we did a season preview. None of us said that losing Nick was going to be a thing. If anything, they upgraded there with Garcia. Garcia is a more doubles hitter. He's not trying to swing for the fences all the time with Nick. And be honest with you, I watched Nick since his days in Detroit. Okay, Nick has regressed. I followed him in Detroit. I followed him in Chicago. I followed him in Cincinnati. Before he came here, he was a guy I wanted on the Phillies. And actually got a chance to see him put on a Phillies uniform. I was happy, but Nick has regressed over his 4-year time in Philadelphia. And everything that you needed to see and hear is when they released him. Not one of his teammates came out and said, we're going to miss him. They wished him well in San Diego. Nobody said, hey, man, yeah, we're going to miss that dude in the locker room. That speaks volumes. Just saying. I could hear all the Harper excuse people saying he got a clutch hit. Yeah, I had no faith in he was even going to get that hit, Mike, to be honest with you. I literally looked at my wife and said, well, this game's over. It's gotten to that point, man. It does not. It's already gotten to that point with me, with him. You know, it'll wait. I just have to wait and see. Nick made a lot of clutch plays in recent playoff games. In the recent playoffs, Garcia will probably bat 210. I'm sorry, did you not watch Garcia the year Texas won the World Series? My man had more clutch moments than Nick had. So if you're going to bring up the positives of Nick, bring up the positives of Garcia too. Garcia was every bit the player of his stature that Castellanos was. In the same amount of time, Garcia's hit probably 30 more home runs than Castellanos has. So again, Nick's probably going to bat if Garcia's batting 210, Nick's probably going to bat 200. I told you, I've watched Nick from the time he came up with the Tigers. He's been going downhill. So yeah, he's getting a free ride this year with the Padres. Let's see how long he sticks there. He goes, Castellanos does not care about this season. He's getting paid $20 million. The Phillies on top of his paycheck from the Padres. Yeah, but his Padres paycheck is like $700,000. He signed for like the league minimum there. So that's fine. Let him get that. That's fine. But he's not here no more. You know what I mean? Oh, no way Garcia is not hitting 30 to 40 homers. No, I didn't. Man, are you only listening to what you want to listen to? I said he hit 30. I said he's probably hit 30 more home runs than Castellanos in the last 4-year period. That's what I said. I didn't say Garcia was going to hit 40 home runs this year. I'll be happy if he hits 40 home runs this year. I got him around 20, 22 for the year. I think with him being here, playing here, I mean, he hit like, 15 or 16 last year in kind of a limited role in Texas. So I think a lot of those flyouts down there will be home runs here. So, I mean, he could get to that. I would like to see him move up in the lineup, to be honest with you. I think they need to drop Stott down in the lineup a little more. But to get back to what Mike said, like, seeing Stott batting fifth is a joke. I don't know, Mike. I mean, and just hear me out on this before you come killing me. I think Stott coming out of spring training was hitting a hot bat. I think that's kind of why they put him behind Bohm. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sold on it either. I'm really not. I'm not sold on Stott continuing to be the fifth hitter. I think that'll get moved along as we go. Man, turn this light. There we go. Whew, sorry about that. But let me see. We got a couple more. Mike, you think Garcia hits between 25 and 28? That's a little more than me. He said the only edge Garcia is better is defense. Well, yeah, and it's a big difference in defense. He's got a much stronger arm than Castellanos does, and he just plays a better right field. So if you're getting the same production, or I think he's going to produce a little bit more. Like I said, he hits a lot more doubles than Castellanos does. So he goes, I give Garcia hitting 210 with 15 homers. Well, you never know. I mean, at the end of the day, all of our predictions may come right. You never know. Yeah. I think you're right there, Mike. I would like Scott to drop down a couple spots. I'd like to see him in the 7th spot. My perfect bottom of the lineup would be Stott, Marsh, and Crawford. I don't care if it's 3 lefties. You know what I mean? It's all speed. And I think Brandon Marsh has gotten off to a pretty good start this season. I think he has. So I'm not ready to give up on him yet. I think I think he'll be okay. Tomorrow's lineup, just be prepared. It's probably going to be a heavily right-handed lineup tomorrow with Mackenzie Gore going for the Rangers. I would definitely see a very heavy right-handed lineup. So I don't know. Does Bryce get a day off? Maybe. Does Bryce get a day off tomorrow? Okay. Maybe move. I can see Otto Kemp probably starting in left field tomorrow I could see Brandon Marsh probably playing center. That's the whole thing now. If you're looking at the Phillies roster, I think Amundo Sosa gets a start tomorrow. He may go to third, move Alec Boehm to first. You have Turner, and then we can find somewhere. Throw some of these guys in, get them their bats tomorrow. But I'm happy because one, Jesus Luzardo gets to start tomorrow, so I'll be happy to see him get his start. And like I said, right after the game tomorrow, it's the one and only Matty B. That's right. Matty will have you covered tomorrow. We have a very, very busy day tomorrow, guys. As you take a look at this right here, as the 29th, you have Philly AM Sports. Then you have the post game with Matty V. And then you have myself for the Flyers and Stars. So Matty B will be back Monday night with the final word. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. We rock and roll the half hour long. Now it's up for the Flyers. Go Flyers. Check back in tonight, Matty B. Flyers win. Can they continue this playoff push to try to make the postseason? Matty B will have you covered. After that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. with Big Al for our show, which is right here. Philly AM Sports featuring me and Al. We will be on there. And, of course, I will be back with you tomorrow night for for the Stars post game as the Flyers take on those Dallas Stars, who, believe it or not, they are my pick to win the Stanley Cup, the Dallas Stars. I think it's their year. Alfred saying, I'm just not happy about this team isn't good anymore. Well, hey, look, Alfred, you could feel that way, man. You really could. But let's let it play out. Let's let it play out. Let's enjoy what we're going to have here because, this is the last run for this team. I think after this year, I think they blow it up. I really, truly do. Here it is. Pap, I love you, brother. I love you to death. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you tune in a little later on for Matty B as he will get you ready, or as he will have you commenting on the Flyers and Red Wings game. I am Mike Lauro. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock with Al Safiri. Until then, enjoy the great rest of your Saturday